You ready to dive into something kind of crazy? We're talking AI, deepfakes, the whole shebang.
Yeah, should be interesting.
It's about trusting what we see online, which, let's be real, gets harder every day.
Okay.
So we're taking a good hard look at Google's new AI tagging system. They say it'll help us spot those AI-generated images, the ones that make you do a double take.
Definitely.
But is it the real deal or just a quick fix? We dug into articles from AP, Science Glimpse, even marketing profs to figure that out.
Smart move, getting perspectives from all over.
Had to. McMigasite had a good point about, well, more like a worry about whether people even care if an ad's AI made.
Right, like, is it even a big deal anymore?
Exactly. But then Pew Research brought up how worried folks are about elections and misinformation.
Which you can't blame them. AI changes the game on that stuff.
For sure. So before we spiral, let's break down what Google's even doing. Is it as simple as slapping a made with AI label on everything?
Not quite that simple, thankfully. It's more about a history, like a digital trail for an image. They're calling it about this image.
Catchy.
Right. And it's tied to this C2PA standard, which is like a digital passport. Tells you where the image has been, who made it, so you're not just guessing anymore.
Okay, that makes sense. But Google always has these big plans. Are they going solo on this or what?
Good news is they're not. Microsoft, Adobe, a bunch more on board. Could be huge for the whole industry if it works.
Fingers crossed. So if I'm like just scrolling through Google Images, what am I looking for?
It's surprisingly simple. You know those three dots you get on an image? Click those. Or, if you're using Google Lens, same deal. You get info on how the image has been used online, if it's been edited, and the big one was it AI generated.
Whoa, no more guessing games. So that's for spotting deepfakes, right? The
Yeah.
ones that are made to trick us.
Exactly. That's the
Oh.
whole point.
But how do you tag something that's meant to be sneaky? It's like trying to catch a ghost.
Well, they've got this thing called SynthID.
SynthID, okay. Getting technical now.
It's wild. It's like an invisible watermark, literally woven into the pixels of the image. You'd never know it's there, but Google's algorithms can see it. Dead giveaway.
No way. So even if a deepfake is super realistic, this tech can still be like, nope, AI was here.
Exactly. Pretty cool, right?
Mm.
Especially with how good these fakes are getting.
Mind-blowing. Makes you wonder, though, if this is just the beginning. What about deepfakes in audio or videos? Can they tag that too?
That's the question, isn't it? Things move fast in the tech world. Who knows what's next?
Too true.
Yeah.
This is way bigger than me trying to figure out if that viral cat tick is real.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking about a shift in how we view all information online.
And ads are a huge part of that. I mean, Google's slapping these tags on ads now, too.
They are, which is really interesting when you think about it.
I don't know. Part of me is like, so what? Does it really matter if that snazzy new watch ad was AI enhanced? Isn't advertising all kind of fake anyway?
You're not wrong to be skeptical. Marketing Profs had a whole article on this. It's easy to be like, ads are ads, whatever.
Mm.
But the thing is, AI changes the game. It can make those ads hyper-targeted, like creepily accurate to what you're into.
Okay, yeah, that has happened to me, and it's kind of freaky.
Totally. And with AI, it gets even more precise. So
Yeah.
knowing if an image, especially one trying to sell you something, was AI made, well, it's a whole other layer of awareness.
So it's not just, is this product real? It's, was I manipulated into wanting it?
Exactly. That's the key. One article used this example. Imagine your favorite influencer, someone you really trust, promoting something.
Okay, I follow.
Then you find out the image was AI generated. Changes how you feel, right?
For sure. If they're not being real, why should I trust them?
And that ties into something Pew Research found. People are seriously worried about AI's impact on elections.
Oh, right. The whole misinformation thing.
Because AI-generated stuff, it's convincing. And that has a real impact on what we believe and who we trust.
It's encouraging to hear that Google's at least trying to address these concerns.
Yeah, they are taking action.
But is this really enough? I mean, it's just one company, right?
It's a good question.
Will this actually change how the whole internet works?
That's the big question.
Because, I mean, Google's often a trendsetter.
Yeah, when Google does something, others tend to follow suit.
So Google as the trendsetter, I like it, but we both know that companies don't always do the right thing just because it's the right thing.
Right, it's not always about the greater good.
Sometimes they need a little extra motivation.
Totally. Yeah. You see how it went with GDPR?
Yeah.
All that data privacy stuff.
Yeah, big change.
Companies were slow to move, but it forced some needed changes in how our data is collected and used.
Right, a lot of stuff came out of that.
So this tagging, this could be Google getting ahead of the curve,
Oh.
anticipating future regulations about AI transparency.
So they're kind of setting the stage for what might become an industry standard.
Exactly. It's not just about staying ahead of regulations. It's about maintaining trust with users. Imagine scrolling through your social media feed in the near future. You might start seeing "about this image" labels everywhere.
So this could fundamentally change how we interpret information online.
Yeah, that's the hope, right?
It makes you realize how important it is to be a critical thinker, especially when it comes to the digital world.
You hit the nail on the head. It's about staying curious, asking questions, and not taking everything at face value.
Right.
Just because something looks real doesn't mean it is. And that's a good rule of thumb, whether we're talking about AI-generated images or just information in general.
That's a great point to end on. You've given me, and I'm sure all our listeners, a lot to think about. Next time I'm scrolling through my feed, I'll definitely be looking for those "about this image" tags.
I think that's the key takeaway here. The more informed we are as users, the better equipped we'll be to navigate this evolving digital landscape.
Absolutely. And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder the ever-evolving world of AI. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.